Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and in front of us we've got two really lovely all brass padlocks, and these were sent to me by a subscriber, Al Gur, so thank you Al Gur for sending me these locks. They are absolutely amazing. Now, they say US set on them, they are a US military lock, and these ones happen to be made by Waterbury. Rubber Band sent me an Eagle US military lock, and I think somewhere I've got one made by American Lock. They seem to go through different manufacturers as they renew their contracts, I imagine. So Waterbury is not a brand that I am familiar with, but they're really kind of cool. Looking at the locks, they have an attached chain on them with the key. So as you loop the chain round, and then it means that when you unlock your padlock, it doesn't fall onto the floor. They're very heavily brushed, aren't they? Some would say quite roughly brushed. They do have a paracentric keyway that is just overlapping the warding inside there. And the bitting on them, well, both of them, is actually pretty good, I have to say. I think Algo was saying that he was struggling with picking these locks, and I can see why. There's a couple of reasons. One is the bitting, two is the keyway, and three, and I haven't done anything about it, I'm going to leave them as they are. They are very, very dry. They feel very dry inside. I probably will add some graphite lubricant to them. I think they are probably graphite lubricated. Just looking at the key, it looks like it's got some graphite on it. Hard to say, but yeah, I think that's three reasons I can think of why somebody might struggle with these little locks. Now, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pin locks, and I don't know much about the use of these, but because they are all brass, it's possible they're used on a ship. They're possibly Navy locks. I don't know for sure, but usually all brass anti-sparking often have an application in the Navy, but this might not be the case. And here's the other one here, and you can see again really nice bitting, especially considering that warding and that very, very low cut pin number 1, 0 lift. If you touch it, you overset that pin, you can't open the lock. So yeah, again, really nice. And it appears to have an anti-shim. I can't, it's key retaining. I can't necessarily show you, but the way that the locking pawl works, it seems to swing round, and therefore it's anti-shim. I'm pretty sure it's an anti-shim shackle, which is pretty good. So yeah, we'll have to see if it's got any security pins in when we pick these. But all in all, not too bad at all. Not too bad. Certainly the American lock version isn't quite as good feature-wise as these, with its keyway and its bitting. But yeah, these are really awesome. Right, let's go grab a vise and we'll start picking the first one. Then we'll try and pick the second one. So I'm probably going to start with this lock with that extreme bitting. Got some, I think, 0 cuts in 1 and 2, medium cuts at the back, but most importantly this very high cut in the middle, which you obviously need to have quite a high reaching pick to set. Now this lock does pick inconsistently. I don't know why. It's probably its age, its lack of lubrication, something to do with the bitting. The pins might over or underset more easily. It could even have tapered key pins or driver pins, which might make things a lot harder as well. It's really hard to tell, but it is a little inconsistent. Now, if I didn't know the bitting of this lock, I would probably still use something like a 20,000th short hook, so I can go through this tight little keyway and wiggle my way around. This is a kind of standard hook for me to reach for. So let's start out with that, on that premise that you don't always know what you're going to be picking, I suppose, and try to pick what I can. So that was pin 2, 5 and 4 there. Can't quite reach 3, I don't think. Everything seems set. 1 set, 2 I think's been picked, 5 maybe something there. It's hard to say. Don't know whether I'm oversetting that pin or not. Nothing on 4. I think maybe 3 is something which I can't reach, so I'd then swap for something higher. I've got a 15,000th and a 12,000th Sparrow's pick, so whatever works, I guess. So just going to go in there and see what I can feel for with this higher reaching pick. And oh, there we go, got an open. Now, did he see there? I just pulsed some of that tension, and then the core turned. I think the pins are hanging up on in there. It would not surprise me if there are some light beveling inside these pins. Probably not as anti-pick measure, probably just to make the locks more reliable for longer without service, but a bit like old Lockwoods. But nevertheless, they do pose a little bit of trouble to the picker, that's for sure. Next up, we have well, this more weird bitting on this one. And there we go. So, assuming again I went to this lock, then I didn't know what the bitting was going to be like. I'd look at the keyway. I'd determine it's quite small, it's tight. Use a 20,000th short hook to begin with, and we're trying to wiggle past that warding and see what we can feel. Okay, 4, 3. Trying to wiggle round. That was a 5. I think I've run out of. Oh, a little nudge on a pin there, but it's a bit of a false set, but nothing's completely open. It's not open, is it? So might have to swap round to something like this. Again, medium hook, and just see whether it's a reach issue. So again, go from each pin. 5. Try and get to 4. 4. 3. 2. Maybe it's 3. Just need to wiggle underneath it. Oh, and yep, it was 3, and we are open. There we go. So, I don't know what makes these two locks pick like they do. I've been through my mind a few times on that, and as I said earlier, it's probably a combination of a lot of things. It's age, it's lack of lubrication, the bitting, but there's still, I think, something left over. I still think the missing piece of that puzzle is that there is some tapering on the key pins and or driver pins, which just mean that the pin's slightly over or underset, which makes it a little bit trickier, especially considering that paracentric keyway, the size of the keyway, they're actually pretty good locks all in all. I like them. So thank you, Alger, for sending them. Really great fun. Do you have one of these in your collection? Have you picked one? What do you think's inside it? Let me know in the comments. Really interested to know what you think. And I'll see you all next time.